Hey guys, welcome back to Unapologetically Myself. We are back. The fall weather is starting to come out, finally.
Yep.
So get your Starbucks fall orders. Super excited about that. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they sponsoring the episode?
No, they're not. But I love Starbucks and I want it, especially for the fall. What's the fall drinks that come out? The pumpkin spice latte, the pumpkin chai latte, all the pumpkin stuff. I love it. I love it all. I love pumpkin. Yeah. So again, we are not prepared, but I just wanted to apologize because of last month. We, what was it? What happened? Dancing with the Stars. I completely butchered the lineup and we forgot like 3 people. We forgot Lauren, how do you say her name? The singer?
You're botching it again?
Yeah, Fifth Harmony. We forgot Scott Hoeing, which is the pentatonic singer. And then we forgot, who else? Corey Feldman. Anyway, we forgot like 3 people. But so don't use ChatGPT all the time because they're not always correct. And
or just double check.
Yeah, or double check. Don't be like me and
take it.
Always
just take it as gospel. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So definitely double check because definitely butchered that whole thing. But you guys let me know.
Yeah, exactly.
They let me know because you DM me. I had my friend call me. She goes, "What the hell are you doing? You forgot all these people."
You're talking like it's your Super Bowl and you just like forget the whole cast.
Well, no, because I ChatGPT'd it and ChatGPT did me like wrong.
Yeah.
It did me dirty.
Yeah.
Chat did me dirty. But anyway, just so you know, the cast is Alex Earl, Andy Richer, Baron Davis, Corey Feldman, Danielle Fishel, Dylan Efron, Elaine Hendricks, Hilaria Baldwin, Jen Affleck, Jordan Childs, Lauren Jaguar, I'm saying it, Robert Irwin, Scott Hoeing, and Whitney Levitt. And so far, we have Hilaria Baldwin got kicked off, and who else?
She's taking it hard.
Yeah, she is. Have you seen that? A little dramatic.
Yeah. Who else?
The other guy that.
Oh my God, you don't even remember.
Yeah, I know. I was banking on you to remember.
Corey Feldman, is he out? The guy with the hair?
No. The NBA player, Baron Davis.
Oh, Baron Davis.
So those 2 are out. So then next Tuesday.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And the girl from Fifth Harmony.
Oh, yeah. Lauren. Okay, so 3 people have been gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Who's your favorite so far?
Oh my God, that girl from
Whitney.
Is her name Whitney?
From the Mormon
Whitney
Wives.
Levitt from the Mormon Wives. Yeah, she's
Mormon
really
Wives.
good.
Yeah, she is good.
She's really good.
Well,
who's your favorite?
Topanga. I mean, that's
but
still.
I like you don't know her name, Danielle Fishel.
I know her name, Danielle Fishel.
Okay, but I don't think she's gonna make it all the way.
Coming from a dancing background, you grew up dancing.
Yes.
Do you watch the show a little bit differently than, say, somebody like myself who didn't come from dancing?
Yeah,
Do you
think
understand
so.
the different
I think
technicalities
Whitney
of
actually has great technique and performance. Alex Earl
that
also
could
has
be why, because she was in the dancing school with what's her name?
Oh, with Whitney, the veteran. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on like ex-pro dancers or coming on the show? I'm not talking ex-dancers who actually have
who come from a dance background.
Yeah, who have training.
I think it's great because ballroom dance is completely different than studio dance and college dance. And actually, studio dance is completely different from college dance. Like 2 different dance techniques.
So you could be a great dancer in, say, hip-hop or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But you just don't have a training in that, so you're not going to be.
Yeah, and it's going to be completely different than ballroom dance. Like I've never technically trained for ballroom dance.
Yeah.
And I know it's completely different. You have to teach yourself, reteach yourself the moves. It's all like upper body, what I think most of it is, but also lower body control.
Hopefully, let's put it into the universe that.
Yes, I would love to be on Dancing with the Stars one day.
That you're on there. Yeah. Either you or Gary.
That's a far dream, but you know what? We can far dream it.
Maybe they do like a father-daughter season, and then they have you and Gary.
Yeah, switch it up a bit. Yeah, would love that, but we'll see.
What if he makes a farther than you?
Well, who, my dad?
Yeah.
Well, then more power to him. I would love that.
Yeah.
No, I have to say, I'm sorry, Dad. I love you, but he can't dance. I did not get my dancing skills from my dad.
No rhythm.
No rhythm at all. Even when I try to teach him like an 8 count, like when we do TikToks, nothing.
How old were you when you first started dancing?
I was 3.
3.
Yeah. 3
Really?
years old. Really?
In actual school training?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, that's usually when you start, either 3 years old or when you're potty trained. So if you're potty trained before 3,
wow,
they'll ship you out there.
What do you learn at 3 years old?
Like toe up, toe
wow.
up. Yeah. Yeah, I used to teach 3-year-olds too.
That's incredible.
Yeah. You always have to have like 3 or 4 people in the classroom. So like take the kids to the bathroom and stuff.
Were there like people that, were you always interested when you went to class, or you just like, I'm not interested, I just want to go home? Or you like really?
I loved it. Like I was very, like my mom said, I would like go home and like watch people dance on screen, like even Dancing with the Stars, because it's the 34th, I'm 36. I mean, I would watch it when I was young, I remember, and I would just stare with my Yoo-hoo box and like twirl my hair watching dancers on TV. Like I loved it. Do you
recommend parents put their kids through dance to try out?
I mean, you could try it, but I wouldn't force your kid. Like I loved it. Like, so I was like, I wanted to do everything with dance.
What about the finance behind like dance? Is it expensive?
It's super expensive. I mean, it was like a car. I know I was in like 10 dances when I got into high school, and looking back now, I'm like, Mom, thank you, because it was probably like $1,000 a month just to do dance.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, yeah, between
$1,000 a month. It's more than hockey.
Well, probably. I mean, but you got to think about it. You had all your dance costumes were at least $50 to $70, and I was in like, at one point I was in like 20 dances for the recital. So you do the math. Then you had like competition. You got to get dressed up, old makeup, all that. And then I guess for each class, it was a certain amount of money. I don't know how much, but I know it was a lot.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I mean, that's like anything though, like soccer, hockey.
That's definitely a lot more than hockey. And hockey is known to be very expensive.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's like anything, like horseback riding is really expensive, right?
So now if we have a daughter and a son and then they play hockey, we're going to be broke.
Yeah. We're already broke.
We're going to have to film the podcast a lot more.
Yeah, I know. But
get some sponsorships.
Exactly.
Starbucks.
We need a lot of sponsors for that if we're going to have kids. It's
Speaking
too
of Starbucks.
hard. You know what I think? Like,
what?
Okay, so I do everything in a day, and then like my friends have kids and do that. I'm like, how?
Where do you find the time?
Like, where?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I said that to you the other day. I was like, okay, we did all that we could do today. Where did the people find time?
And then people have like 3 or 4 kids on top of that.
I know.
That's insane. Like I can't, I said this to my friends the other day. I texted them like, how do you guys do all I did in one day? And then you have 3 kids.
The best.
And they literally say they black out and pray. That's literally what
open up a bottle of wine at the end of the night.
Yeah, they say we black out, pray, and then open a bottle of wine after we put them to bed.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy.
Oh.
And it only gets worse, I feel like. Right?
Seems like we have a lot to look forward to.
I know, right? And they're like, oh, have kids. And then I feel like once they have kids, they're like, we got you.
We got you. Yep.
Right?
That, when because a lot of my friends had kids maybe about 10 years ago. And I would always ask them, have you seen the show? Did you watch the show?
Ago. We're going to be the oldest parents.
We definitely are. Did you watch the show? Did you see this? Did you watch that? And they're like, the only thing we watch is like cartoons, Bluey or whatever the case may be, right?
Right.
Like, and now you get it, like where do they find the time to just sit there and just watch a show? You can't.
No, I know. It's crazy. Speaking of no time, we have a special guest today. And
we do.
Yes. So if you ever thought about social media, acting, life goals, aspirations, stick with us because we have a very special guest and I'm going to introduce you to her. Today, we're joined by a true powerhouse in the creative space. She's an actress, content creator, dancer, and athlete who's built her career on courage, authenticity, and resilience, born and raised in Queens, New York. Please welcome Giselle Diaz, also known as Gigi.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello.
Gigi.
So
What's
excited to have
up? I am so happy to be here.
We're excited you're here.
What an intro that is.
I know, right?
Oh my
It's
God.
nice.
You're everything.
Right? You really are.
In this economy, you have to.
I know. No, really, though. It's crazy. So how was your drive in? I know you hit a lot of traffic.
It was so hectic. I'm 30 minutes late. Which
It's
is
fine.
Which is like me, but unlike me at the same time.
Are you like always late or
I'm
no?
always late.
Really? So is he.
Yeah. This year, I started a new thing where if someone tells me I have to be somewhere at a certain time on my calendar, I put 30 or 45 minutes beforehand.
Oh, I love
so
that.
I can get there on
No,
time.
I love that. I have to do that with him.
So when you come to our wedding, we'll make sure.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We'll tell you 30 minutes.
Are we invited?
Of course.
Yeah,
you're
of
invited.
course.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, fun fact, Gigi and we met at a movie premiere called Boys Kills World. Was it Boys
It
Kill
was
World?
the gory Boys Kills
Yes,
World.
yes.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, though. And so Gigi is somebody in the industry. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, first of all.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin. I am an actor, athlete, content creator is what I would like to say if people were to ask me. And it all started with a little girl, first generation Dominican American, coming
Love
from
that.
an immigrant household, just wanting to chase her dreams. You know, being born and raised in America, I already knew was a huge privilege for me. So from a very young age, I always like tried to milk everything that was given to me, like all the free resources I had.
Yeah.
When I was in public school, like just going around, like going to school in Queens. So I joined all of the sports programs, all the music academies, and I picked up a bunch of instruments, a bunch of sports, and I kind of just honed in. I became a sponge of knowledge almost, like
Right.
every room I stepped into from a very young age. And I just kind of, it translated into my adulthood and everything I do now. So
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So what made you want to get into content creation? Like what was, like, did you always want that when growing up? Or, I mean, no, I mean, we didn't know that was going to be a thing back then. So like, what did you want to be when you were younger?
when I was, oh my goodness, I wanted to be so many different things.
Yeah.
So growing up, every year I changed my career path. I was like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a dancer. I want to be a surgeon. I want to be one of the people that looks at bones. You know, like the show Bones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was so obsessed with that show that I was like, I want to be her.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I was in high school that I realized I don't want to be these professions. I want to be the actor playing these professions.
Oh, interesting.
And that's why it changed all
Yeah.
the time. And I was like, I'm intrigued and I want to learn so much about the world and everything around me that I think being an actor is the epitome of stepping into another role that's not yourself.
Yeah.
And it's the
Yeah,
best way
that's
to
cool.
explore that side of being, you know? And I found so much intrigue in that. And I just went full on when I was in high school. I was 17, junior year of high school. And I was like, I'm going to start acting.
Oh, I love that.
I brought that to my parents. They were like, what? My mom was way more for it than my dad. It took a lot of convincing for my dad to kind of go all in with me. But
Right.
it kind of led towards this thing of like, all right, we want to invest in our daughter. And my mom, she had all these dreams that she couldn't accomplish. And she knew that I had the resources and wanted to help me with that in the way that she knew how. So they gave me that little push as well. And I was like, all right, here we go, you know? And
That's awesome.
I just started acting. And when I was in college, I played a few different sports. I was a collegiate basketball player, swimmer, and track athlete.
Damn.
And
Okay. That's a lot. Especially in college. What college did you go to?
Queensboro. So
Okay.
I played D3,
Yeah.
but it was still very intense because any collegiate level of training is intense at the end of the day.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
I just like stepped into that role of being this collegiate athlete, but I was also on the weekends, doing acting work,
Doing
and I was
acting.
traveling for acting and just figuring things out. And
Wow.
finally, I became signed as an actor. And
Good for you.
thank you. It was a really fun time. I auditioned for a lot of amazing
Yeah,
roles.
I was just looking because I was researching you. What was like your first big breakout for in the acting world?
You know what's crazy? My first big break is something that no one is going to recognize, but it was a big break for me. And it was
Right.
that testimony for me to say, this is the path I have to be on. And
Right.
usually everyone's big break would be like a co-star role or a guest star role with like lines. It's important for you to have lines, you know? And I booked a few projects where I was like you just showed my face, didn't have any lines, but my biggest role was a Nike commercial when I was
That's so cool.
it was during my last season that I played in college for basketball. And at that time I was like auditioning every day, and it got to a point where I got approved for this commercial in Delaware, and they were like, can you come out tomorrow 6 a.m.? It's a SAG job. The pay rate is like $300. And I was like, fuck
But
the rate.
still, that's
I need
awesome.
this on my resume
Yeah.
today.
Yes.
So I decided to say yes, but with that came the complications of NIL deals, which did not exist.
Now, what is that? What is
Yeah.
NIL deal?
An NIL deal
Oh,
is
NI?
NIL.
Okay.
Yeah. So NIL deals is very recent. It's for collegiate athletes to make an income while they're still playing
Right.
collegiate
You know
sports.
what?
Yes.
I heard about that.
All these gymnastics.
Like Livy Dunn
Yeah.
and all that.
So all of that started after I dropped out.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah.
And we didn't have those resources as collegiate athletes when I
Right.
was a college athlete. So had I had that, I wouldn't have dropped out. I would have most likely pursued the Nike commercial as well as stayed in college. But
yeah, you're right.
At that point, I had to choose between one or the other. And at that point, I had already invested like almost 2 years of my life into trying to pursue acting and to get these kind of roles. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to say yes to this. And, you know, it didn't make any more sense for me, at least, to be in college. I switched my major 4 times before figuring out like I just want to be an athlete and I want to be in front of the camera.
Right.
So it took that kind of journey for me to realize. And when I booked the Nike commercial, I was only there. I was going to be paid $300. I showed up the best version of myself, although I had, prior to everything happening, I had a really crazy night where I had to show up on set at 6 a.m. the next morning. And I remember just asking my dad, like, I don't have money right now, but can you help me with this train ticket? You know, I remember being on the FaceTime with Ramses, and I was like, hey, I'm in Delaware, but the train station's closed. It's 2 a.m. I don't know where to go. I was walking around Delaware, Nike'd from head to toe, like with a huge Nike duffel bag in the worst, most dangerous part of Delaware that I didn't realize at the time. And I get to set. I'm on like 2 hours of sleep, super sleep deprived, but I still show up my best self. And because of that, they kind of recognized my talent on set and they asked me to be more in front of the camera.
Oh, good.
So that was really nice for me. But a month later, they call me and they're like, hey, we're going to bump you up to a principal role. So despite everything that had happened and just showing up for $300 mere and just like trying to get this on my resume, they call me and they're like, we're going to bump you up to a 5-figure paycheck.
Wow. Good for you. That's awesome.
That was my first like wow moment where I was like, you know, I'm in the right room at the right time, and I showed up my best version of my best self, despite like the night that I just had. And that was, I guess, like my like wow moment where I was like, you know, I am on the right path and I have to keep going. So that was my biggest break. But
that's so cool. I want to see this commercial.
It's crazy because you only see me for 0.5 seconds.
I don't care. It's still amazing. That's amazing to me. And it's Nike. Like, that's a huge, huge brand.
It really, it was the best. And like, I worked with them. I flew out to LA like probably a year after that. And I worked on another basketball commercial with them. And it was just like this continuous kind of momentum that I had going on as an athlete prior to my injury and everything. And it was just beautiful mixing my athletics with acting, things that I love so much.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So yeah, like leading into content creation, I feel like I always created these videos around what I was doing and just posted organically. And eventually I grew organically. And by the time I tore my ACL, I was able to fully monetize off of social media, which was a really great backbone. So that's kind of how
that's awesome. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about that too. Well, first of all, how did that happen where you tore your ACL?
Oh my goodness. My boyfriend, he is a badass athlete.
Yes, he is. We'll talk about that too.
We're going to put a link under the video as well so you can see Rams.
Well, real quick, when we first met Gigi, we had met her and her lovely boyfriend, Ramses, who's also here in the studio. But he was just so quiet, and we thought you guys were amazing. We do. But you guys are just the sweetest people. And a lot of times in this industry, you know, there's a lot of fake people in this industry.
Surface
and Gigi
level.
90% of them.
Yes, 90%, very surface level. Gigi is not that kind of person. She is a sweetheart, beautiful on the outside, just how she is on the inside, and we love you, honestly.
We love you guys.
As you could tell for the first 15 minutes of this conversation, like the way that she approaches life, and she's just so sincere and like tries to see everything in the good. Even going through that commercial and just saying,
you're just
I'm going to put my best
humble
foot forward, right?
Exactly.
Where does that come from as far as like the way you approach things, where like such light and just you're just so welcoming and just so sincere? Like, how does that, where do you get that from?
You really are.
Thank you. I honestly think being born and raised in a city like New York City is a challenge in itself. And from a very young age, I was dealt with a lot of real life world problems where I had to kind of grow up a little faster than the normal girl, you know? And I was just dealt with a lot of shitty situations from a very young age. I was constantly bullied. I was like, people were mean with me, and like, I was like, I don't want to make anyone feel the way I've been felt. So
Right.
I always just led life with
Yeah.
kindness. And I think it's also coming from my household, like these pillars that my parents instilled in me as well. So I think it's a mix of that, a mix of the challenges that I have faced up until now, and just growing up a lot quicker than I should have. But it set this kind of like grit in me that I think anyone that's born and raised in a city like New York would have. And that's why, like, if you meet a New Yorker or like a born bred person from like a major city, from any city at all, like they have this kind of determination and grit that you can't really find anywhere else. And I think it comes from that, you know, and it's like a mix of my environment, my family life, and my experiences.
Oh. No, I love that. So going back to Ramses, we had met him. He was super quiet. And then the next day we see him like doing all this Ninja Warrior stuff. And we're like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. Like doing flips like on the like a random bar in New York City. We're like, what? And then we texted Gigi. We're like, you didn't tell us. And you're like, yeah, he's training to be a Ninja Warrior. Like, I'm like, what do you mean training? He is. Like, it was insane. So it's just, we thought that was awesome.
You both are very talented.
No, it's so funny because we're two different types of athletes. He's the type of athlete that's good with his body awareness. I'm the type of athlete that's good with balls. Like, I'm a good soccer player, softball, basketball. Give me a ball, I'll know what to do with it. He's the type of person, like, he works with his surroundings. It's really incredible. And
it's amazing.
I can't do what he does. I've tried, and that's how I tore my ACL, by the way.
Oh, okay. So that's where, okay. And we'll put a clip in of him if he lets us, but he's doing all these flips and so you actually went to like a Ninja Warrior training gym with him, and so, that's where it happened?
Yeah, so that's where he coaches, it's where he works.
Oh, okay.
And I was just there on a Friday night, and I was in the parkour section doing this cat jump from a very
jump.
Yeah, so it's
What's
like
a cat jump.
So pretend like this is the wall, this is you, and there's an obstacle right here. It's like I'm jumping, kicking off the wall, and trying to land on that obstacle.
Okay, so you have to kick off the wall to get on an obstacle.
As I kicked off the wall, my body over-rotated, my upper body, my lower body didn't catch up in time, and by the time my feet hit the ground at the obstacle, it just my leg just over rotated and it tore my ACL and meniscus.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how that happened.
I know. So that's been like a long process, and you share it on social media.
Yeah.
How has that like affected you emotionally, physically? Because you are an athlete.
It completely altered my brain chemistry, honestly. Like that entire. Because it's almost been 3 years now since I tore my ACL. Because I tore it January of 2023.
Oh wow!
So like within the first week of January 7th to be exact.
Great way to start off the year.
I know, right?
It was.
This is gonna be my year.
I know. It's crazy. It was so crazy. And when it happened, I was like, I was mad at myself because that's the way that it happened. After all the sports I played,
I know.
After all the things that I did, that's how I tore it. And I was so mad at that for the longest time. And it took a lot of internal work to forgive myself for that. And also, in the very beginning of my recovery, I blamed everything and everyone else around me except for myself, you know? And I think it's a part of the healing process. There's 5 stages of grief that I talked about in one of my posts. And it's something that I've had to go through. So when I was going through those stages, it got to a point where I had to isolate myself and shut myself out from the rest of the world, from my friends, from family. I didn't let anyone in for a while because I had a lot of internal work to do. I hired a sports psychologist.
Wow.
I worked with some of the best people to try to get back to where I'm at now almost. It's been almost 3 years. I'm 4 knee surgeries in.
Wow,
And from my last one, which happened in December, I'm only 50% way through my recovery.
No way. How long does it take to recover?
It usually takes 9 months, but because of my health complications, my 9 month is my halfway point right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, it took a lot to get here. Like last year, my ACL journey is like not like it's very odd. When I tore my ACL, it was January 2023. April 2023, I got my surgery. And then fast forward to the end of 2023 in like fall, winter time, I knew something was wrong with it. It turns out in 2024, March, around that time, or April 2024, I found out that my graft had stretched. And at that point, we were like, how did it stretch? Nothing crazy happened. So they thought I had an autoimmune disease. They thought I had,
oh my God.
they thought I had just like, I had to see an infectious disease doctor. I had to see allergists, like a bunch of different types of doctors to try to rule all these things out. I was being tested for lupus, for just like anything that was just my body fighting itself.
Right.
Every single test that you could imagine came back negative. So we were like, what happened? No one knew. So last year alone, I had 3 knee surgeries. The second one.
3 last year.
Yeah, just alone last year.
Jeez.
So March of January, March, April, May, June of last year, I went in for my second surgery. It was supposed to be a revision. They were supposed to go and give me my graft. But when they went in, they saw degenerative changes within my bones. And that's when they were like, something's really wrong here. So like they found fuzzy stuff all over my bone.
Fuzzy stuff?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
But like when they went in and they saw that, they're like, something's really wrong. So they closed me up. I got out of that surgery and they're like, sorry, we couldn't do anything this time around. It's like
that was my fault.
But yeah, they were just like, we didn't perform the surgery because we found XYZ. And I was like, all right, what's next? So that was a grieving period in itself. But for like the first half of last year, it was just me going to all these doctors, figuring out what was wrong. Yeah. And then finally I got my 3rd surgery, which was just a minor scope surgery. They had to get cultures of my knee. And during that time, I was on 2 rounds of antibiotics. Those antibiotics completely, I feel like, altered my hormones and everything.
Really?
And it was really bad. I couldn't be under the sun. Like if I was under the sun for a minute or 2, I can get sunburnt really easy because these were really strong antibiotics.
Right.
So I didn't really enjoy a lot of my summer last year, like the second half of my summer. And I was just on these antibiotics because they were like, we didn't find, all your tests came back negative, but the antibiotics we're going to put you on now will kill anything that might be in your system still. They didn't want to give me a surgery without ruling out something that could potentially make the graft stretch or fail again. Right. So that was my 3rd surgery was September. And then my 4th and last was December when they finally cut into both knees. They took
both. Oh my God.
Yeah, they took.
You poor girl. So what did they do for the last one?
The last one, they used a contralateral patellar bone tendon from my good knee, and they used that as my new graft in my right knee. So it was basically like a give and take situation with both of my knees. And the first 4 months of this year was learning how to walk again. So on both legs, which was like a challenge for me because in the last 2 years, I had to learn how to walk again on one leg. And that was a challenge in itself. But I thought it couldn't get any harder. And it got so hard this year. But that was kind of like my trajectory. But now I'm in a good place. It's been very slow, but steady, you know?
Have you... Go ahead.
I would say when you're fully healed, what do they expect you to be able to do again? Are you going to be able to play basketball again?
I told them I want to be 100%. Like the surgeon that I chose, she does surgeries on the best of the best athletes around the world, and she's had so many successful surgeries to the point in which before I confirmed that she would be the one to do my surgery, and her and this team has been a part of my entire ACL journey from beginning to now.
She's in New York, I'm
yes. Her name is Dr. Beth Schubenstein. She's an HSS on the Upper East Side. And their HSS is known to be the #1 orthopedic hospital. I feel like what makes the hospital is the surgeons. So
oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And I feel like she's one of the best. And every other surgeon that I consulted with said that she was one of the best. So I was like, I have to go with her.
So you're in good hands.
Yeah, but I realized a difference. I met with 2 other surgeons before I decided to go through with her. And the difference is she asked me the following question. She was like, where were you before? Where are you now? And where do you want to be? The other surgeons were like, let's cut her open. Let's cut her open tomorrow or next week. And I'm like,
sometimes
create a plan. Yeah.
That's like me with my gallbladder. I swear I just went in and they just took my gallbladder out for no reason. No. I mean, there was a reason, but I felt I had no pain. They said I had gallstones. But I had no pain, nothing. They were like, we got to take it out. And I still, to this day, I'm like, I should have got another opinion.
Oh my gosh, no. When it comes to your health, always get 2, 3, 4 opinions because
it's true.
When it comes to someone opening you, that's as intimate as anything is ever going to get. And you have to make sure that you're crossing all your T's and you feel 100% comfortable because when you are sedated and you're out, this person is the one making decisions on your body.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, looking back now, wish I did, but it is what it is. Now I don't have a gallbladder, so.
Oh, no. Is that necessary? I don't know.
I mean, you could live without it. I mean, I'm here. Well, no, but I, like, on all my.
They say it's hard to lose weight. Right?
Yeah, I feel like.
And you go to the bathroom, like,
more
frequent.
Yeah. To be TMI, but like.
That's what happens.
Yeah, every time I eat. Go right to the bathroom.
Oh,
so
man.
It's like,
but you see their life changes
decisions. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and I always see now after I got my gallbladder out, I like look online. They're like, "Did your doctor tell you you need it out? You didn't need to get it out." And I'm like, "Damn it, I got it out."
Yeah.
Listen, your determination and your outlook on life, like I'm sure you're going to be 100% and more. So.
And we hope to see you in a commercial playing basketball.
Yeah.
That's what I want to get back to.
Make sure we're invited to the
we'll
premiere.
be invited to the premiere.
Full circle moment.
Exactly. But getting back into acting, like for our listeners who want to get into acting, like what's like the first step they could do?
The first step is to find a really good photographer and invest in a good headshot.
Okay.
Headshots are definitely like the first thing that you're going to want, because even if you try to look for an agent or manager, they're going to ask you for your headshots, portfolio. Even if you have nothing under your belt yet, it's important to have like a resume of your skills and whether or not you took dance classes growing up, or like every little thing counts. Also being in classes. Let's say that you want to be an actor and your focus would be like, I want to be an actor that represents someone who could dance as well. Make sure you're in dance classes, or make sure you're in acting classes, things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like investing in a good photographer, getting your portfolio, making sure that you're getting theatrical headshots. So like,
so what's a theatrical headshot?
So there's commercial headshots and then there's theatrical. So there's for the commercial headshots, it's more like very vibrant, like. Think like Colgate, you know what I mean? And then theatrical is very like serious, moody.
Oh, really? See, I would have thought the opposite. Okay.
Yeah, so like, but even theatrical, it could actually be anything. For theatrical, it could just be like, it depends on what kind of roles you're going for. So let's say that you really want to audition for the girl next door type of role.
Oh, yeah.
Then you would need a photographer who really can capture the essence of that girl next door, because the way that they shoot you is the way that's going to be the first thing the casting director sees.
Okay.
And that's what they're going to go off. And then if they like your image, they're going to then look at your resume and then look at all these other things. So making sure that you just invest in a really good photographer and having those headshots and portfolio shots is really important. And then signing up to like these websites where you can submit yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was because I wanted to ask you. Like, I always get stuff for Backstage. Is that like a reputable source, or?
I mean, it's become oversaturated over the years for sure, but it still works. Like, yeah, it still works. I feel like getting a membership to Backstage, casting networks, like websites like that is really important. Actors Access is the one that has like majority of like, it's where casting directors and talent managements like submit their talent through, and for things like that is more pricey, but if you're like looking to actually be 100% serious about it, it's an investment. Because you have to pay a monthly fee for these websites. And then like some of them, if you don't have a membership, you have to pay for every submission and things like that.
Oh, really? Like to submit your resume and headshot, you have to pay?
Yes. Oh, wow. Unless for Actors Access, you have to do that unless you want to get a membership, which is a little more, but it allows for you to like submit to 20 auditions with no extra charge. Yeah.
I mean, that's worth it, I think.
It is.
Right?
It is. But yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome. So going back to like content creation too, like for someone that like, especially me, because I would hope to one day do it full time. Like, what do you have for our followers in content creation, or that's just starting up that eventually they want to do it full time and get rid of their 9 to 5? Like, what's a piece of advice you could give?
I feel like stay with the 9 to 5, like even if you want to pursue it full time. Unless the 9 to 5 is really like not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I know people that still have a 9 to 5 and do content creation full time. I also know people that, and that's so badass.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And I also know people that have left their 9 to 5 completely to start content creation full time.
Which is also badass.
And that's also, you see like in each regard, it's like, I feel like listen to your gut. If you feel like like taking a step back from your like your 9 to 5 is what you need to do for your mental health, and you really want to find that creative outlet, then just go for it and go with the flow and take it day by day. I think my biggest piece of advice is to not compare yourself, because we do it subconsciously all the time. And just to follow your gut and to not compare your journey to anyone else's, because it's so different.
Yeah, that's good.
For somebody that goes full time, what's like one of the biggest challenges they can expect to face?
It's not going to be linear. The growth is not going to be linear at all. Like, I even face this to this very day. Like, I have months when it's great, months when it's terrible, and I'm like, what's going on? And you have to kind of prepare. And if you're someone, me personally, I'm in a very privileged situation where I live with my parents still, so I don't have to worry about paying rent. I don't have to worry about certain things. But if you're in a position where you're working a 9 to 5, you're in New York City by yourself, away from your family, and you're paying your bills, set yourself up for success where you're able to pay, where you have like that money to pay for your rent for like the first year or two, to like back you while you pursue this.
Not only that, like when you make deals with brands as well, it doesn't come in until the money doesn't come in for a while, right?
Some of the brands are on like a net 90, and then you don't get paid 90 days. Usually they wait.
And you know what's crazy? It's not just net 90. It's a net 90 after the content has been posted and after you submitted your analytics a week after it's been posted. So there's a whole process behind it. Like, there's net 7, net 14, net 30, net 60, net 90. And that's a long time to wait for money. You very rarely get that net 7 or 14 or 30. It's very rare to get those. It's more consistent to get the net 30, but a lot of these brands love their net 60s and 90s.
Oh yeah, always.
And it, like, for me, I go months without seeing a paycheck, but I'm also, once again, in a privileged situation where I live with my parents and my boyfriend, Ramses, he does a great job of supporting me during those low moments. So I've just been like in a privileged situation, but for people that are not as privileged as I am in that regard, I would just say make sure you're setting yourself up for success. And if you know you don't have the finances to fully go full-time freelance, stay with your 9 to 5 and pursue it part-time. And then I know it's difficult juggling, because Amanda, I know you do it as well, where you're juggling all of that. Maybe setting one day a week apart for content days, you know?
And that's what I do. Like I'll do either Sundays, especially if he has hockey, and I'm like, we're not doing anything. I'll go with over my parents, get content, but also just content for me too, either Sundays or Mondays. So I set those days or those days, and then the rest of the week I'll kind of edit, like when I'm not doing my 9 to 5, which is perfect.
That is perfect. And I feel like a lot of people, when they want to do the transition into like being a content creator, they kind of make this mistake of going all in right away. I think it's important to kind of set a routine where instead of saying I'm going to make Monday, Wednesday, Friday, this time, this day, you know, I feel like that's a lot going in, and you're going to burn out so quick and easy.
Oh, definitely.
Starting with like, maybe like, depending on how busy you are with your 9 to 5, like one day a week, one day every other week content, you know, where you just content batch, and then you schedule your posts.
Exactly. Yeah, scheduling posts is amazing.
What time do you typically like to schedule your post for? And how many posts a day would you recommend?
That's a good question.
Me, I feel like I've trained the muscle of just like creating and like posting right away. So I post once a day to once every other day, pretty consistently, and I'm always on stories and always cross posting. But like it took me a while to get to the point where it feels natural. Like,
I was just gonna say, because you're really good at that, and I watch your stories and I love listening to them. You're like a storyteller. So like, what's one piece of advice you could give to listeners? Because I know there's a lot of people that I've met that are like, oh, I don't like my voice. I hate talking in front of the camera. Like, what's something that you can give to them that's like a piece of advice?
Figure out what kind of creative you are. You know, because there's different types of creatives. You can see one person do a Get Ready With Me, try it, and not feel like it's your cup of tea.
Right.
And then if you continue to do that, you're not going to feel fulfilled. You need to find what kind of creative you are, because maybe one person's Get Ready With Me is not going to be up your alley.
Right.
Maybe you're the type of creative that prefers, you said, like, let's say if it's a person who doesn't like to be in front of the camera, maybe they prefer UGC content. Where they only show their hands or be like one of those hand models, because there's brands hiring for like the like UGC creators all the time where they don't show their face.
Right. And I know some people don't know what USG is. So
UGC.
UGC. Oh, including me. No. So can you just explain what that is?
Yeah, so it's a user-generated content, which is
Yeah.
what UGC stands for, and it's another form of creating for people that don't necessarily want to put their faces in front of the camera 24/7.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good option for like introverted people who really don't want that.
Yep.
And yeah, I think there's definitely, I know people that do UGC full time, and it's insane.
And you can make great money.
Another way to bring in
So
money.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna obviously like get as much if you were to like do like the face and like all of
Right.
that, but you're still making a significant amount. And when you have like these consistent like partnerships and relationships with these brands, it becomes a lot easier. So
Yep.
yeah, just like trying to find the type of creative you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
starting with making a list of what you like and don't like. And then depending on that list of comfortability, figuring out what kind of creative that would be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Find what works for you. And also, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about like social media influencers and what you guys do is like, you just post a video and that's it. Like, because can you imagine she's editing her videos at like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah.
And again, you guys don't see,
It's true.
you guys
It's a
aren't seeing that
full-time
money.
job.
You guys aren't seeing that money for like 90 days, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot more hard work that goes into it than what you just see. So be prepared for
That's
that
true.
as well. Yeah.
No, yeah. I feel like influencers, the term influencer does not get the best rep.
Right.
And understandably so. There's people that have put like a bad taint to it, but there's also people have to realize like not every influencer is the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's influencers that influence things that are inauthentic, and there's influencers that influence things that are authentic. You just have to find your audience. You have to find your people. You have to find the person that you relate most to. And I think it's also okay to honor that sometimes you're not going to want to continue to follow this person because maybe you're in a different point of your life where you don't relate with this influencer anymore. It doesn't make them a bad person or a bad creator. They're just not aligning with who you are in that moment.
Right. And it's okay to unfollow.
It's okay to unfollow all the time. Yeah. But yeah, just.
Yeah, definitely. So going back to like the content creator space, of course you get a lot of comments that are positive, but unfortunately, being in the space, we get a lot of negative comments too.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with the negative comments?
Block them.
So you block.
I
love that. Because there's a lot of times, and like when I started dating Steve, he's like, "Did you see what that person said?" I'm like, "Just ignore it."
Yeah.
But you block. You're
I'm immediate blocker.
I love that.
I'm an immediate deleter and blocker.
Yeah, because you don't want that negativity around.
People always say even bad press is good press. I don't care if it's good press or not.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Like I know I read through all my comments because I like to engage with my audience. So I know for a fact if I'm going back to a video to engage with people who are constantly commenting and I continue to scroll past the negative comments, I know subconsciously it's going to affect me.
Yes.
And Instagram has done such a great job with setting or implementing these things to kind of curate your experience on social media the way that you want it to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And with all of these, with updates and things that they're doing, I think it's only right that we utilize those. The blocking feature, the filtering feature.
Interesting.
They started to do that. They'll filter a comment if it's really negative, so it doesn't show up,
That's
which
good.
I like.
And then you decide if you want to show it or not.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Which I like.
You see it before. Oh,
It's all the way in the bottom. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, something that they flag might be negative would be there. And you can choose if you want it visible to the audience or not.
But sometimes they're like good. It's like, oh, she's a badass, but they might flag it as bad. So it gives you the option to let others see it, which is nice.
You can also go into your settings and you can put in keywords.
Oh, yeah.
And with those keywords, they automatically block all of those.
Which I like. But I like the blocking because there's been some times where I see like the same person commenting negative and I'm like, nah, this person's got to go.
But you see.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
I feel like social media is a great place to be, but it could also be a very bad place to be because people find it very easy to disrespect you since it's not a face-to-face interaction.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like user 900 and something
The
with no face.
I know.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Right? But it's true. Like, and sometimes, you try not to let it affect you, but sometimes you're having a bad day and you see something and it usually doesn't. But when they come after my mom,
Oh, no.
that's when I get pissed.
Draw the line.
Yes, that's when I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Who would say anything about your mom?
I know. Can you believe these people?
Well, you know.
How do they even like come up with a thought to just like, you know, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to. No,
I've gotten really bad ones, like threats about my mom. Yes.
Also, not only that, I want. Where's Gary? I want more Gary. Enough of you.
Yes, and that's another hard thing because I've talked to my like managers and my team, and they're like, you need to start posting more of just you. You know, make it more your brand instead of your mom and dad, which I get. And whenever I'll post me, I get so many comments like, we only here for your dad. You're not funny, blah, blah. And like, you ignore it, but it's at the same time, you're like, it's so many that you're like, just push through. Just push through.
You know what I'd like to do? Like, I know there's like this rule of thumb where you have to answer all of your messages within like the first 24 to 48 hours or whatever. I don't even do that. Yeah. I wait like a week, and like once a week I look through all of my comments. Oh. Because if every single day I'm looking through comments, you're giving yourself a chance to kind of let it affect you at any given point.
I agree with that.
Good.
But at least when I know that I'm in a mentally good headspace that one day of the week, you know,
good.
I'm like, this is the time to go over my comments. Yeah, because I'm in a good place where no one can get to me.
No, I like that. Yeah, because you do have to be in a good headspace. And as much as like celebrities and other people say it doesn't affect them, it's got to sometimes. Yeah. It depends on the day. You know, if you're really down and out about yourself and you see a negative comment, you're like, there's something in the back of your head that's like...
But also, to me, it's also a reflection on that person that it is to
true.
You,
true. There's obviously, you know what? We're just going to pray for them. Yeah. That's how I feel.
No, you know what's so funny? On our way here, Ramses was listening to this podcast, and in the podcast, it said that they were doing the study on judges and their decision-making after lunch and before lunch. And it showed that a very high percentage of people got very good treatment after judges have eaten.
Wow.
Really?
And I feel like when I heard that, I was like, wow, it just comes to show, you know, that saying of like, how people feel about you is a projection of their own selves. And it's not really like 100%. A you problem. It's a them problem. It all comes back to that. And
no, that's true. You have to be in like a good mindset, like positive mindset in order to
be in this business.
Oh, well, for sure.
Yeah. And that's when it comes back to, I guess, having a good support system and a strong village. And I think that's the most important thing. So before putting yourself in any spotlight, just making sure that you have a very strong foundation to lean on during those tough times.
Yeah, definitely. So what's next for Gigi? Like, do you have any campaigns coming up that you want to tell the followers?
Yeah, I have a few. I don't think I could speak on them now because I'm working on them. But I have something going live in November. And then,
that's exciting.
I'm really excited because every single brand that I have ever partnered with is someone very dear to my heart. And these are brands and businesses that I have built not only relationships with, but that I truly use and believe in. So I'm just really excited. And then the other thing that I'm doing is for another brand that I absolutely adore, and it's a UGC campaign. So even if I don't post that one, it's going to be posted somewhere. But
and we'll see it somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure. I hope. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I want to get into our unhinged advice column. So this is where listeners call in with their problems, and we give them advice.
Yeah.
That's sometimes unhinged, but you know we're truthful. So a listener called in, not called.
Texted him?
No, I think this
DM'd?
was an email actually. Hey guys, I need your advice. I just found out my boyfriend of 2 years has a 2-year-old he's never told me about.
What the?
He says it was from a one-night stand before we met and he didn't want to scare me off. Yeah. Now he wants me to meet his kid and be part of the family. Am I crazy for feeling like this is too much? I love him, but I feel betrayed. He lied and never told me about this sooner. I don't know what to do. Please help.
Gigi.
That is a very big secret to hold.
Especially for 2 years.
For 2 years, yeah. I think this was a very selfish decision on this person's end, and you don't deserve that. No one deserves that. No matter how much you love that person obviously, like, I'm sure they love you to an extent, but when it comes down to love is selfless.
Yeah.
And that was not a decision made of love. That was a decision made of selfishness, and I personally would run.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, also 2 years.
2 years is crazy.
That is very long.
Also, he should love his kid enough to be expressing like, I have this. Like, I want you to be a part of this.
Yes,
right? Like,
I agree with that.
If you're hiding that now, who knows what you're going to hide in the future.
That's true.
Right?
But
So-
also one thing I like to see like both ends. You know, I always
Yeah.
like to see both sides. And if I were to put myself in the man's shoes,
Mm-hmm.
I would say this was from a one night stand.
Yeah.
He probably didn't feel as sentimental towards his kid, and maybe it's like new feelings that probably have developed for his child over
Mhm.
time. You know, and like, you know, but 2 years again is
Yeah.
a very, very long time. And if the guy is watching this too, like, I hope you find the strength in whatever happens next in your life to kind of like figure your stuff out. But I think that wasn't the right move to make. And
Yeah.
you have
Definitely. I would suggest sitting down, thinking over this, talk to him.
definitely
but also,
communicate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
communication
'Cause
is
then
the
it-
real key
Because then
there.
again, like everyone in this table right now, we don't know the context of their 2-year relationship either.
Well, that's
so
true. And also, the kid's 2 years old. What was there overlap? What's going on there?
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
do you I just put that 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Oh no, no.
Right?
I mean, if the
Well,
kids
no, it would be like
9 months
9
before.
months. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just talk about it. Take our advice with a grain of salt, but also understand that you don't deserve to
Yeah.
go through something
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
No one should.
Mm-mm. If we have some time, I want to go over some rapid fire questions.
Mhm.
So, if you weren't acting or creating, what would you be doing?
I don't know. I just love creating.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good though. You're really
That's
good at
good.
it. You're also really good at talking and speaking. So maybe a podcast one day.
Maybe, you know, everyone keeps telling me to do that, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
I feel like you'd be really good at it.
I don't have the mental capacity. I don't know how you guys do it.
Once a month is
Yeah,
good
once
enough.
a month we come to the studio, boom, bang, and leave.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I just love creating. Anything in the
Yeah.
creating realm. I don't think I can ever stop creating.
That's good. You're really good at it. So
Yeah.
continue to do it.
Thank you.
A book or movie or song that changed your life.
To Kill a Mockingbird
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
and The Alchemist.
Oh, I've never seen that. Have you?
Mm-mm.
The Alchemist is a book.
That's
Oh.
why you didn't see it.
I thought it was a movie. Wait, isn't there a
Yeah.
movie?
There's
Okay,
some-
The Alchemist. Who writes it? Who's the writer? Do you know?
I forgot. It's
Okay,
been
we'll
a while.
have to look it up.
I
Yeah.
just remember the names of the book and the meanings behind them. But basically, The Alchemist is about this shepherd who like travels and like he goes on this like journey, and throughout this journey, like just like he keeps coming across these situations and things that keep changing his trajectory and
Oh.
his journey.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
I think we all relate to that as human beings. So I think that's a really good book to read. He learns a lot of lessons throughout his journey,
Mhm.
and they're lessons we all learn in life. And then To Kill a Mockingbird is just a book about justice. It was about this lawyer. I think his name was Alchemist Finch or something like that. I forget
Mhm.
his name, but it was about this white lawyer during a time where prejudice was happening, and this
Mhm.
black man is on stand, and he stands up for this black man. He's the only white lawyer to even want to represent
Oh.
this black man,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
he ends up winning the case, and everyone in town is shook. And I feel like that's a really big book for me, at least, because
Right.
it shows the injustices that have happened
Yep.
for so long, and
Mhm.
how it just takes one person to believe in you.
Oh, I love that. I remember reading about it, but I totally forget. But I remember it being great. It's a really good book.
I started the book in middle school, and
Okay.
like that was like one of the first books I had picked up and read, and it just stuck with me.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that is a great book. I think we all read. Didn't you read it too?
I think it was essential reading.
Yeah, I
and-
think everyone had to read it, but
But
I
I'll-
remember it being great.
It was such a good book to
Yeah.
have in the curriculum. You know,
Mhm.
I hope they still have that in schools.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think so. I don't see why they would get rid of that. Everyone should read it. It's a
Yeah.
great book. Now I have to. I feel like I have to go back and read it now. Okay, one thing in your purse you can't live without.
Oh my goodness, my purse is not here.
Your phone.
Yeah, besides your phone.
When
You
it's in
can't say
there.
your phone.
The phone's in my pocket.
Yeah.
So definitely that. But one thing in my purse that I cannot live without, I feel like a good lip moisturizer.
Yes.
Okay.
I love CarMax. Is it CarMax?
Yeah, Carmex.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good.
It's so good.
I
It like
that.
burns a little bit, but it's like it's really moisturizing.
I just
I
need
love
a
how
good-
I'm looking at you, like you would
Yeah,
know.
like,
No, but it's
you agree, right?
Yeah, I'm like, you know? But it's good. It's definitely good. First celebrity crush.
Justin Bieber.
Oh wow, the Biebs.
We were just
The
listening to Biebs in the
Biebs.
car.
Yeah, Bieber
I just
fever.
remember I was it was the first year that I had my own room. I painted it purple, and he came out with his new album, and I would like open my windows and sing out so he could hear me. And I was
also, you sing. Wait, why didn't I put singer? She's also an amazing singer, guys. You are. Yes, you are.
The shower acoustics are wonderful.
No, but you're good. I've heard you sing. You're good. Keep it up.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Definitely. I wish I could sing. But so I just want to shout out your Instagram. It's at Gigi Diaz official. So let me spell that. It's at GIGIDIAZOFFICIAL.
That's a long name.
I know, right? No, mine's even longer, so don't worry about it. But please go and follow her, guys.
She's a great follow. Go ahead and
she
follow
really
her.
is. She's awesome. I love all your posts. Also, she's really has amazing fashion, and I'm obsessed with it. Every time I see you, you look amazing.
That's how I feel about you.
Oh, thank you. No, every time I see her at premieres or events we go to, she's always like so well dressed. And even with your ACL surgery, you look amazing. Like she would have
appreciate
no,
it.
really. I'm like, I don't know how you do it because you remember we had you hobbling up the stairs at the last premiere.
That was really funny.
But it's so good to see you in better
Thanks for
health
coming.
and good spirits. And thanks so much for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Sorry about the traffic.
Yes.
Don't apologize for something you can't control. No, that was a me problem. I don't know why I should have left earlier. But.
No, you were awesome. Any last words for the listeners that you want to give?
I don't know. Just never stop being kind. You know, I feel like I love to live by this one rule: be kind to every single person until they give you a reason not to.
Ooh, I like
Love that.
And then if they give you a reason not to, be cordial, but you don't have to be nice to them no more.
I agree.
And if someone steps over boundaries, walk the other way. And
That's true.
this is coming from a chronic people pleaser. So
well, I am too. So I get that. I really am. I'm such a people pleaser. But I've learned as I got older, like you need to set boundaries because you need to take care of your mental health first. That's
exactly. Mental health.
So
now,
important.
It's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes, it is.
Yesterday was World Mental Health Day. So I think I just want to end with one thing. I like to do this thing on the 4th of every single month because my birthday is October 4th, and I like to just use the number 4 as like every month as like a checkpoint period with myself.
I love that.
I make those my self-love dates. I don't schedule anything at all those days except for spending time with myself.
Oh, I love
try my
that.
best to do no technology on those days. And
Wow.
I once a month on the day of my like birthday, I like to just have the self-love date is what I like to call it.
So cool. We should try that.
A little mental health check, just if you want to incorporate that into your routine.
I love that. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Gigi.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Love you guys.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yep.
Please subscribe, like, comment. You can also email us too, and we will see you next month.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Love you.
Bye now.
Mwah.